We're live.
Did you see what I put in the chat?
Let's see. Here we go. Super creepy. Oh wait, Saboteur's lurking.
Yes.
You said super creepy.
But right down there at the bottom.
Am I gonna have to go off without super chat? Barely made it. 10
seconds left. Whoop, right underneath the wire. It's like that. It's like that catch at the end of the game or the whatever. That 3-pointer.
No, it's been a crazy. It's been a crazy few weeks at work, and then I was working late, and then Silly made me a sandwich. Right. I mean, literally, I was walking in with the sandwich. I got it right here.
All right. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you can't.
On time.
You can't not do that.
Then I had to get Christian some food. That was just funny because yesterday I was thinking about the old Super Jeff episode, which, by the way, I checked. It got 1,000 views.
Wow.
The first one we did.
Wow.
By far the most we've ever had on a Wednesday show. But then Barr, from our old movie shows, he sent me an Instagram thing. What? No. He sent me an Instagram thing, and it was a video of you know what? I have it right here. I can just show it. He just sent me this video out of nowhere. I don't know how in the world he ran into this. Let's see. Here you go. Check that out. What rare game should I play?
Which rare video game should I play? Barnharmer, Spreadsheet the Game, Surprise Back Rub 2, Judy's Drug-Free Weekend, Raccoon Daddy, Brohole Get in the Hole, Keep Adding Fingers, Super Ride Grandpa, or Mayonnaise Appreciation Game, only for the Super Jeff game console.
Wow.
So he sent me that, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, we actually had, I think, 2 shows featuring Super Jeff, which is just bizarre.
It's just like freaky porn games, or what is that? That's like weird.
Oh, everything's fake.
That's weird.
The system is fake. All the games are fake.
All the games are fake. Well, thank God.
It's by a guy who has this, I guess, a company called Obvious Plant, and he goes around and he makes like fake toys and stuff. Hey, welcome. Yeah. And he'll like put some stuff, like hang them in stores and take pictures of them.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, here you go. Obvious Plant always has the best gag stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff he does. And that Super Jeff was so well done. That machine, that console, that people were bidding on it on eBay.
So crazy. That is crazy.
Well, let's see. Stu, it'll happen. It's mushroom season now, but definitely I will be at your next gig.
All right.
Maybe some mushrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, we just played. I meant to ask where he is. I've forgotten exactly where he is.
Alton, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have another friend of mine that lives up in that neck of the woods, and I'm like, I got to figure out where to play up there. I don't know what clubs. Kurt could probably let me know. It would be great.
Alton's got a lot of bars. I know that.
Yeah, that was the place I saw my friend Guy play the first time. He was well, if you've checked out Hammer Away episodes, Guy was on with me when we did the Graham Bonnet interview. So the first time I ever saw him play, he played some shotgun bar up there, and it's the first time I ever saw him play Stranglehold. So what kind of I'll wait till you're done. I won't be like your server after you take a big old bite. So how is everything?
It's a roast beef sandwich.
Oh, snap.
With some cheese, mayonnaise, and even some cabbage on top.
There you go. I would not eat the cabbage, but I know people love it.
I love cabbage.
Can't do it. Well, won't do it. What's up, Junebug?
I think I saw 2 movies since
Whoa. What?
Well, one movie was probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I saw Cocaine Bear.
Oh, geez. What a piece of okay. Anyway.
You didn't like it?
No, it's a piece of shit.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Most people do. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I don't. Again, it goes back to for whom are they making these movies? Because they're just. I view everything in that. What are you trying to do? Thing.
I mean, it was a goofy movie.
Oh, it's a ridiculous movie.
But I had fun watching it. It was just silly, over the top stuff.
I'm glad you liked it. That's what matters. That's what matters.
And then we went to see Super Mario Brothers movie.
And what'd you think?
I loved it.
Good. Good.
I thought it was extremely well done.
It's pretty clean. The artwork's pretty dang clean.
Wow, it's good.
I've seen the opening sequence, and that's it. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest. So,
congrats! I was at a loading dock in Grafton today.
Yeah.
Mississippi. Yeah, Grafton's pretty cool. That that river road is pretty neat.
Yeah. Do you ever? I wonder if Kurt ever makes it across the river to Portage to Sioux. I've played there before in other bands. So let me know about that. But yeah, loading dock. I need to get over there and see about getting a gig there. And I don't know how easy it is to get into Fast Eddie's there either. So, but
I haven't been there in years. I don't know if it's still jam packed every weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a friend of mine showed up. They went there recently. So, SMB movie. Yeah.
I never did see that. Never did see that '93 movie.
No, I could watch it.
It looked pretty awful, so I just kind of avoided it.
Yeah, it had some great songs on the soundtrack, though. Megadeth was on that, and lots of others. I mean, there's lots of good stuff on that soundtrack. I have it. I've been logging in my my vinyl lately, so like I got a bunch down here, so I'm trying to catalog all of it so that I know what I have. But I keep coming up with stuff that's missing. Super Mario Brothers
albums you've misplaced?
Huh?
You're missing some albums?
Yeah. I'm probably I'll probably make a graphic for it. I think it's what I call Mava. That's the Mava case.
Yeah, Salvatore, that is a Sega Saturn with an energy dome on top. And there's a Sega Saturn right here with no energy dome on top.
There it is.
One with, one without.
Oh, yeah, the Divinals doing their cover of Love is the Drug. That's right. I forgot about that. Was on there. George Clinton and the Goombas did Walk the Dinosaur. Charles and Eddie, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch are on there. Extreme is on there. Where Are You Going? Joe Satriani, that's right. Speed of Light is on there. Megadeth did Breakpoint. Queen is on there with Tie Your Mother Down. Tracy Spencer and Roxette. Roxette has 2 songs on there. 2 Cinnamon Street and Almost Unreal. So interesting. Yeah. So 50 minutes from Portage, long shot. Yes, I did play there. Yeah, I was in a group that I was fronting at the time. So, but yeah, I do need to get up there and find out what they do at Fast Eddie's anymore. We used to go there.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Stashnet likes Roxette. So does 4GQ TV.
Yeah, Roxette. You've got the look. That was Roxette.
Wasn't that their like biggest hit?
I think so. Yeah. Not like Animotion was out there too. Was another band like that. And then their lead singer left, and then Cynthia Rhodes, who was an actress who was in Runaway with Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons, and she was in Dirty Dancing. God wouldn't have given you maracas if he didn't want you to shake 'em. And she took over on lead vocals in Animotion. Look at that.
Yeah, the Mario Brothers got some Mario Brothers movies got some good music stuff from like the 80s, maybe 90s. I think they know who's singing this movie, mainly adults.
Right.
Who who grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Is it, do you ever, when you see movies like that, do you, because of streaming, do you think about buying them or no?
Well, I bought the Blu-ray for this, I think before the movie even came out. It was already on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I only did that. I don't buy many movies just because it's Mario. That's why I got it.
Right. Plus, I always show up at your door. Well, I had that for a while with so many. It's like, yeah.
My cape. I don't know where I put it. It's around here somewhere. If I find it, I'll put it on. I miss 80s freestyle.
Let me see here. So if I'm looking on here, Super Mario movie 2023. All right, here we go. It was like $30.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just 2023 DVD. Here you go. And I'll have it on Blu-ray too, I'm sure. Wow. Okay. Why is it so hard to find it? It should just come up. There's a Super Mario's 93 movie. For under $10. More buying choices for $5. Or you can get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, the one I bought. Whoops, that's not it. It was 30. It's the 4K Ultra HD.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't have a 4K Ultra HD player, but it also comes with digital 4K. I have a 4K TV, so that.
Am I putting it in incorrectly? What's the name of it?
The Super Mario Brothers movie. That's all it's called.
Brother.
By Chris Pratt.
Oh, what? There you go. DVD pre-order. There it is.
Wait a minute. I just clicked on it, and it doesn't exist.
It brings it up, but then when I try to go to it, it doesn't have it. Here. Okay, so, well, no. I don't know. Hold on.
Well, this is a pre-order, so I guess they're not pre-ordering anymore.
I guess not.
Yeah, I just have to wait till it comes out.
Oh, that's strange.
They don't even have a estimated delivery date. That is weird. You'd think they would just take all the pre-orders they can and just.
You would think.
I mean, it is Amazon. They're huge. You'd think they could.
Right.
Just let the manufacturer know, hey, we got 10,000 we need.
Yeah. Yeah.
$10 is 10 too many dollars for that 93 Super Mario movie.
Probably of that mind that they should be paying me to take it.
Guitar Visa's got a new game about outrunning the Popo.
Wow. What did my friend Zach texted me today about Mario, actually? Hang on. you see Super Tilt Brothers on Kickstarter.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it's a Smash Brothers remake, or well, this says demake. Wi-Fi enabled NES card.
Oh, they're making a Smash Brothers NES game. That's interesting.
Yeah, so
Chuck.
yeah, let me see if I can find this.
JJ couldn't make it, Chuck. What was that game? JJ and Jeff, that TurboGrafx game.
Oh yeah. Tilt Bro. Okay.
I think I'm one of the few people that actually like JJ and Jeff.
Okay. So they have a wow. Zoinks. Very loud.
Super Tilt Bros, the new online NES game. What the?
Yeah. Yep.
Whew, they're looking for 43,901. They've got 54,000 so far.
Yeah.
With 27 days to go. Jeez.
Yeah. So they should be good to go.
That's loud.
Good to right.
Did you put this up there?
What?
Oh, there we go.
Fast-paced platform fighter. I can't even talk today. It's one of those things.
A modern twist. This is interesting. So
what does that mean? Deep. What does that say? Deep. What?
Wi-Fi antenna. What's happening here? Play online. The only problem with games like this is playing online. Who's going to be online? I know they've looked like they've sold quite a bit, but still, you need a lot of people online to keep having these matches.
Yeah. Sinbad the Pirate. That doesn't look like any Sinbad I ever knew.
I'm not so sure about these characters.
Kiki the Artist.
They're so small too.
Yeah.
I can barely. I can't tell unless they had. Let's say if we didn't have the names, I wouldn't know what they were.
Story mode.
Use as a story mode. Wow.
Straight out of Monty Python. You shall not pass. Oh, what's going on there?
Sinbad.
I don't know if I get that one part.
Thanks, Lance. Yeah, NES characters would be cool, but be kind of impossible unless someone gets sued. Especially since they're doing a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
They just kind of made this on the side on their own.
I think we need to make a game that has game show hosts doing that.
Yeah, Saboteur, they had a Wi-Fi antenna in the cartridge.
Can you imagine Gene Rayburn taking on
I guess that's
Chuck Woolery?
Gene Rayburn versus what was the guy's name?
Wade Martindale.
A goofy looking guy, had glasses. He did Blockbusters.
There's so many of those guys.
Bill Cullen.
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah. Yep. Wasn't Bill Cullen? Wasn't he married to? right? He was married to a famous actress, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know. I've never even heard anything about his wife.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. If Pete were here, he would probably tell me.
He matches him as a Smash Bros. Type game.
Oh, no, not
All-Star.
Cullen. What's the other game show host? Who is the guy that did the
Chuck Woolery.
no,
Jeff Edwards.
Alan Ludden. Who was Alan Ludden?
He was married to Betty White.
Betty White. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. Should have been right there on my brain.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, hey.
Bert Convy versus Bob Eubanks. I'll take Bert Convy every day over Bob Eubanks.
He kicks ass. Plus, he's an actor.
He's from St. Louis.
Yeah, and that too.
I was never a huge Bob Eubanks fan.
Yeah, I mean, I liked some of his reactions to things people said on the Newlywed Game.
Those glasses, Jeff. Talking about
Cullen, or are you talking about
Bill Cullen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Cullen's, he needs to be on our list of guys. That game we just looked at, the Wi-Fi antenna and the cartridge, just so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering how they were going to do that.
Yeah. Richard Dawson versus Gene Rayburn. He'd have to kiss him first. Oh man, yeah, that would be fun. What would their superpowers be? That would be of interest. Gene Rayburn was on a couple of episodes of Love Boat.
Yeah, he did a little acting.
Yeah, I'm into season 4 now, and we just have we have the guy. She's in it. Aaron Gray is in an episode right now that I'm watching. And if Pete is Pete going to be here with us tonight, or is he?
I don't know. He said he had something going on early on. I don't know if he's going to make it.
So maybe he'll make it in a little bit later.
Maybe he's just done with us.
I'm done with me. I don't know.
I'm looking at Bill Cullen. Apparently, he hosted Joker's Wild for a little bit.
Who did?
Bill Cullen.
Shut your mouth.
I thought Jack Barry was the only one who hosted that.
Ooh, that'd be a great Smash Brothers team.
I also think
going up against each other.
Yeah, Bill Cullen also, I think, hosted the first year or so of Price is Right.
No way.
Guy's legendary.
Not with those glasses.
Yeah, Bill Cullen, who let's see if I can get see if I can get this picture of him here. For those who don't know who Bill Cullen is.
Yeah, right.
He was a great game show host. He would never be on TV today. Just because of his looks. There you go. There he is.
That's the guy.
And he also had he also had some kind of problem with his leg. I don't know if he had if you ever notice, you never see him walk because I think he had like a brace on his leg. I don't know if he had polio as a kid or something, but someone like Bill Cullen, who was a great host, unfortunately would never make it today, which is a shame
which is really ridiculous, right? Because
he was great at it.
Yeah, aren't we supposed to be in this, anybody can do anything time frame where we're trying to actually live that out?
Salvatore, you're right. Why find the cartridge is genius. It can be done with any game console. That's the next thing for homebrews, I think.
I keep thinking about
redo these old games and put a Wi-Fi antenna in it and let people play against each other.
Yeah. That statement just reminds me of Seinfeld when he's talking about Halloween, when he says mask included in the set.
Big Block. Also, what was his name? Was it Mike Eruzione, the hockey player from the '80 Olympics? He was a host of Starcade as well. I'll take Jeff Edwards for Starcade. I think he was on the most.
I'm trying to remember who the heck this one guy was that was on Love Boat. They had a 2-part story, which went way too long. They should have just done it in one episode.
It went 2 parts too long.
2 parts. They did 2. I'm like, oh my God. Could this little mystery go any slower? Chuck Barris versus Richard Dawson. What movie was it that Richard Dawson played in as a game show host?
I think I know it, but I can't think of the name. It was some kind of futuristic movie, right?
And what 2 musicians were in that movie as well? There's a question for everybody out there. Yep, there you go. Lance got it, and so did DJC. Very good. Jeff
Probst.
On that. And who were the 2 musicians that were in that movie? Oftentimes people may remember one of, or may know of one of them, but there were two musicians in that. Charlie Sheen was in a movie. Who was the musician in that movie? Futuristic movie. Who was the movie was called Free Jack, and what was the musician in that one? But first, Running Man. Who were those 2? And one of the thing about the 2 musicians in Running Man, Jesse Ventura, no. One was a classic artist at the time, and the other one is an offspring, actually, also a musician, but an offspring of a famous classic musician. Yes, Mick Jagger was in Free Jack. Tell you, that's my JW. We're on the same wavelength. So I just want to know now, who were the 2 guys in Running Man?
Oh, I do remember this Big Block, and he was the worst game show host I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what they were even thinking. He couldn't like, he was nervous. He couldn't think on his feet in front of an audience like that.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how he got past like some kind of audition to get to because once he got on TV, he was a mess. He was terrible.
So but was he on multiple episodes?
Yeah, he wasn't on very long though. I think he was on daytime Wheel of Fortune. That's when it got so popular. They kept daytime, and then they did nighttime. Pat Sajak went to the night. I don't know.
Yes, I would assume this applies, because otherwise you would have spoken with them in your kitchen and found out, oh, you guys were in that?
I don't know why that makes me laugh every time.
And
there were at least 3 hosts of Starcade.
Really?
There was Mark, I think, wasn't Mark Richards the one someone mentioned? I can never think of his name. I think that's him. Eruzione, I think he may have been the pilot guy, the hockey player. And then Jeff Edwards was the one that was on the most. I think there was 3. I think that's it.
There you go. Nice job, Saboteur. So see, it wasn't metal. I know. Oh, very good, Stash Net. Yes, it was Dweezil Zappa. So, yeah. Which, I mean, Jeff was mentioning it must be a metal star. Yes, I'm a metalhead, but I know I like all kinds of rock. So it's not always a metal thing, but Dweezil hung out with a lot of these hair metal guys, and so when he put out some stuff, It was very kind of 80s metal, like Having a Bad Day, and his sister was on that record. Zappa and Fleetwood were odd choices. Jesse Ventura's and the DC. Yep. Abraxas. Oh yeah. Like Jimi Hendrix album. Dweezil doesn't count. Dweezil totally count. Why wouldn't Dweezil count? Dweezil totally counts.
Yeah, Chuck, I'm looking it up. It was Mark Richards was, I guess, the first official host, even though Mike Eruzione did the pilot.
Right, yeah.
Then he did it for 2 seasons. Jeff Edwards did it for, well, I don't know, 1 or 2 seasons. They say 82, 83, and then Jeff Edwards was 83, 84. But Jeff Edwards is the one that I remember the most.
I know I would know who that is, but I don't.
Okay, it says 4 seasons of Starcade, 123 episodes. Here's the best part. It says plus 4 pilots. Wow. They must have been having a hard time getting that show off the ground. There are 4 pilots.
Did you say Jeff Edwards?
Yeah, it's Geoff.
Right, that's right.
You know what was big? One of his big game shows was Jackpot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what else did he do?
Was he also an actor?
No, wait a minute. I don't think he did Jackpot. I think that was some other guy. He did Treasure Hunt or Treasure Chest. There was like an audience. You pull guys out of the audience, and there was these big like presents. I think he did that. Treasure or something.
Yeah, he was in Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, he was an actor too.
Yeah.
I think I saw more on game shows than anything.
Ultimately resigned as a protest against fellow KFI personality Tom Lakis destroying Cat Stevens records following Stevens' call for the whole Salmon Rusty thing.
What did Wink Martindale host? He hosted a lot. His big one though was Tic Tac Dough.
Yes, right.
I could talk all night about game shows.
I know. He says the series, which aired afternoon on CBS television, did not fare as well, and then the network canceled it for the favor of the phenomenally I Bet. Is that what it was? A Canadian show called I Bet? Like I and Bet?
She said Stash Hunt also if Bowser hosted a game show. I think he did. Did he host
Oh,
wait, did he host Hollywood Squares at all? I'm pretty sure he did host something.
Jeff, I still want to know why Dweezil doesn't count.
The dragon was so cool on Tic Tac Dough. He was.
Oh yeah, right.
That was the good old days where you could have where people would stay on until they lost. They'd be on for weeks sometimes. Have you ever watched Baggage with Jerry Springer? I'm sorry to say I have, JWD.
Oops.
I told you I love game shows. I have a Tic Tac Dough Dragon t-shirt. Oh, you're kidding.
What?
That is awesome.
Okay, now I got to look that up.
Oh, I might just make one of those.
I know. I was going to say.
Yeah, the dragon animation. The Devil and Joker's Wild. God, if anyone wants to see some funny stuff, watch some old Joker's Wild with Jack Barry.
Yeah, it's out there on TeePublic.
It's funny. Jack Barry just did the craziest thing sometimes.
Yeah, they have multiple ones out there on TeePublic.
Rip Taylor hosted what was like a $1.98 beauty show or something, beauty pageant. I can't remember the name of it. It was a dollar amount.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go, Lance. That right there. The original Pressure Luck is my all-time favorite game show.
Oh yeah.
The newer one, Whammy, did not like that as much. $1.98 beauty show.
I screwed myself.
I don't think I really watched that much. I did see it. The video game adaptations of Pressure Luck have way too many whammies.
You're overwhammying.
Also remember Sail the Century.
Oh yeah.
Jim Perry hosted that. I think there was someone else who hosted it. Maybe Bob. Maybe Bob Eubanks. I can't think of the other guy, but definitely Jim Perry was the main one I remember. And they had two models that were there. They would like shuffle the deck of cards and stuff. At some point, Marky Post was one of the models on Sail the Century.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's the having a bad day. And then he had multiple albums past this. But this is a great fun record. Moon Unit's on here. Also, Bob Goldthwait's on here on a song called I Want a Yacht.
Big Bog Bert Convey was a solid host. Oh, did he do? I know his big one was Tattletales, but did he do Pictionary as well? I think he did.
Oh, that's a possibility.
But Tattletales was his big one. That was always fun to watch.
There you go. How many?
I can't remember. Did I mention on the last show that I watched Walter, the pilot from Radar O'Reilly?
Oh, really?
He moved to St. Louis, and they did the pilot. I saw the pilot for that.
Yeah.
And I watched the beginning of it, and it looked pretty terrible. Then I watched the whole thing, and by the end, I gotta say, I kind of liked it. I know everyone says it's terrible, but I don't know. I watched the whole thing, and I can see where they were going with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty decent. And Bert Convey directed that.
What? But he wasn't in it.
Oh wait, was this him? Yeah, I think it was. No, he wasn't in it. Have you seen the documentary about the guy who cheated on Pressure Luck? Yeah, Michael. I forgot his name. See, I wouldn't even say he cheated because he spent weeks or months learning the patterns, and he found out that on the early shows there was something like 6 patterns, and then within each pattern he had to learn that pattern. So it's not easy. So he memorized all this stuff, and so he knew when exactly to hit the little plunger thing to stop it on the top spot every time, like the 5,000, 3,000,
wow.
whatever. So I wouldn't say he cheated, but he definitely outsmarted him.
He was like the card counter of that game, huh?
And because that was the only 2-part episode ever of Pressure Luck. I remember watching this at my grandma B's house, watching it when it originally came out, and they paused the show at the very end, and Peter Tamarkin walked out and just said that the show went so long they had to finish it up tomorrow, and so they did. And he won over $100,000 on one episode.
Wow.
But they said when it was happening, the staff was on panic mode because they thought he was cheating somehow, but they couldn't figure it out. And the whole thing was he just memorized it. So
yeah, I mean,
too bad for the show. I mean,
well, yeah,
win, lose, or draw. That's what it was, not Pictionary. You're right, Big Block.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Do what you're
Original Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they go shopping. It was with Chuck Woolery, and Susan Stafford was the original Vanna White. And Chuck was on it for years. And yeah, they didn't get any money. They would swivel like this whole thing around, and all of a sudden you see all these items. And if you won like $800, you'd buy all these things. And it was always crazy money. Like it's a stack of board games for $300. It's like, what? In the 70s? You crazy? But at the end, they always had like a porcelain Dalmatian. I think it was on there a lot. Oh, so really cheap. So I go, I guess I'll have to. All right, I'll take that.
And what would they say? I want the rest of it on a
gift certificate. But you couldn't get that until you've bought everything you could possibly buy.
Oh wow! Which
is why they had those stupid ceramic Dalmatians on there.
How many of those ended up somewhere?
God, I would love to have one. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Right?
This is the Dalmatian from Wheel of Fortune. Wow, there's a cheating scandal on Millionaire? I didn't know that.
You had a coworker that was on Wheel of Fortune.
I did?
Yep.
I don't even know that.
Yeah. Why can't I say it? Why can't I say the name? Yeah. And the gentleman that I graduated high school with was on it.
Yeah, Peter Wright, he has smart assistant. It's not Michael Leonard, though. What the hell is his name? Look it up there. Because the documentary had this guy's brother on there.
Not cheating.
Michael Larson.
Nope.
Yeah, that's it.
Heard about the cheating on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You ever see Slumdog Millionaire?
No, I have it. I think I own it.
I
found it for 50 cents at the library.
I love that show. There's a lot of sad stuff in it, but man, it's well done.
I just bought 4 more movies at the library for 50 cents each.
See, this is the beauty of living out in LA. Lance went on a field trip for junior high school, and he went to go see a game show hosted by Vicki Lawrence. So she hosted that and Bert Convy. Is that right?
And
Roger Matthews. How's it going?
She was on 2 episodes so far of Love Boat.
That's what I was thinking about. Not no, it was Card Sharks. No, wait. Sale of the Century was Jim Perry, but Jim Perry, I think, also did Card Sharks along with Bob Eubanks. I think they both hosted that. I think Jim Perry is an underrated game show host.
Perry.
I think that'd be my dream job. Be a game show host. I love that.
Oh yeah, Jim Perry. Okay, yeah. He was born James Edward Dooley.
I believe he's Canadian.
Yeah. Yep.
Pete, do you know Jim Perry?
No. Well, he was born in New Jersey.
Oh, I'm thinking of the guy from Bumper Stumpers.
Bumper Stumpers. I don't remember that.
Super Jeff, I see no cape. That's because you don't need a cape when you're wearing the Next Level Gaming podcast t-shirt.
No capes.
Hot Potato. That was Bill Cullen. He hosted Hot Potato.
Wow. Bill Cullen. Bill.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Sale of the Century too.
Now,
I'm not sure about the gameplay either, Big Block. I can't remember. I mean, I watched so much of it. I do remember there was a point where you could buy something. I do. I remember Jim Perry when they would like show a fur coat or something. He's like very luxurious. He said it all the time. Yeah, Joker's Wild with Jack Barry.
It says other game shows Cullen hosted included, I guess, 3 on a Match, Blankety Blanks. I remember Blankety Blanks.
For who is this?
This was Cullen was in these.
God, he was in a ton.
The Love Experts. How do you like your eggs? The $25,000 Pyramid. Joker's Wild. Child's Play. Hot Potato.
Child's Play was a lot of fun too. That was a good
Chain Reaction. Cullen appeared as a celebrity guest on many other game shows, including I've Got a Secret, What's My Line, To Tell the Truth, Personality, The Crosswits.
Crosswits aired here in St. Louis at like 9:30 at night.
Really?
It was not the best game show around. Pete, there was a time I was looking up. On YouTube. I was going on a small rabbit hole, I guess, of Canadian only game shows. There was someone that was really cool.
Well, now you always seem to know about all the Japanese video games, right? I mean, do you know much about the Japanese game shows?
No, I mean, I watched, MXC here,
Mm.
which was just they took Takeshi's Castle, which was a
Mm.
Japanese game show, and they took it and they redid it and made it funny. That was cool. I also watched a lot of what's that show? The Ninja Show. I think it's called American Ninja here, but
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Yeah. Not making an easy joke. I bought a box of
all right.
and it had no nuts in it. I felt ripped off. That does suck. You got to have the nuts. Was that show Catchphrase? Yep. Or Herbie. Oh, it sounds like Hermie or Herbie on Rudolph. Hermie doesn't want to make toys. Herbie doesn't want to make toys. Is it Herbie or is it Hermie? They say it both ways. That was absolutely baffling to me, all of the reasons. Supermarket Sweep. I barely remember that one. I don't know if I watched many of those. What are any of the new? What would you consider the new game shows? Are they all just kind of classic retakes, or are there some new ones? Like I know they have like Jane does some of those. Are there like new game shows out there?
I guess maybe on Game Show Network, which I don't watch anymore. New game shows are pretty bad. The big difference between the new ones and the old ones, where the old ones, every so often you'd have like an actor or a comedian as a contestant, and you could tell. But for the most part, contestants back in the 70s and 80s were just real people. And it was awesome because they're not used to being on TV, so they'd act a little goofy here. Ninja Warrior, that's it. Thanks, Zach Attack back.
Oh, I think it does. Name. I think it counts as a game show.
What's that? Ninja Warrior?
No, Wipeout.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lingo. That was Chuck Woolery as well. And the co-host was a girl here from St. Louis. That was on Game Show Network. That was actually pretty good. Wait, did I hear you say something about wait? Oh, never mind. That wasn't it.
Oh, sorry.
Scrabble, also Chuck Woolery.
There you go.
Let's turn into Chuck Woolery night.
2 and 2.
Oh yeah, watch that a lot too. I'm just the old. You can watch a game show from the 80s, and for some reason they gave away more money then than they do now, which is bizarre.
That is weird.
I mean, unless you're talking like oh, Chuck Woolery also did Greed. That was fairly new, but like maybe 20 years ago.
Right.
I love that game.
So on Netflix, they have some game shows. Stashnet says.
Love Connection from St. Louis? No, that wasn't here. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but no. Chuck Woolery had a girl from St. Louis as his co-host on Lingo, I believe. I think she's from Florissant, actually.
Paul Lynde versus Charles Nelson Riley.
Wow, that's a good one. I always like Charles Nelson Riley, but that's a tough one.
They would just have to laugh each other to death. They both have like signature laughs. You always do that. And,
wait a minute. I subscribed to another podcaster from your area. He had a cup called Come and Go.
Oh, yeah.
A big gas station chain there.
It is. It's down in
not in St. Louis, but
no, it's down
it's in Missouri.
Yeah, it's over.
If you travel through Missouri, you'll run into them. They're actually really nice.
Yeah.
They've redone them all. They're big. They got all kind of food. It's an unfortunate name, but it's memorable. You'll never forget the Come and Go.
No, we pass them up quite often, but not that I wouldn't go there. It's just
Well, this sounds like fun. Mad Dash.
Mad Dash. I saw only briefly. I thought it was cool. Huh. And then there was Last Fan Standing. Bruce Campbell did it.
What is that? Bucky's? Is that the name of it?
No, what Wally's?
No, the one here, the gas station with the beaver mascot. I think that's Bucky's. Buccy.
Yeah, like Bucky Teeth, Buck Teeth.
I think it's wow, no, we got a Wally's in not too far from here. It's probably like 20+ minutes for me, but
yeah.
Bucky's BUC-EES. That's right.
Dating game or love connection? Dating game.
Wait a minute. Pete, Mad Dash with Pierre Lalonde. Lalonde? Is that the same guy who did Bumper Stumpers? I think his name was Pierre as well.
Pierre.
I got like a Bumper Stumpers. Jeez.
Endlessly interesting life. Yes. Yeah. Y'all come to St. Louis and come to my gigs.
No, that's not the same guy. Bumper Stumpers host was Al Dubois. Those two names just don't seem to really go together. I don't know.
Or is it Du Bois?
Du Bois. Only here in St. Louis.
Come here. We'll screw up anything French. And our name is French.
Wait, Bucky's owns Wally's? That's interesting. It looks very similar from what I've seen. I've never been to either one.
I haven't either.
Yeah, we got Quick Trips all over the place in St. Louis. I think that's the big gas station with food and drinks here.
Yeah, they're all over the place. They're all over the place, but not all over the place.
Romper Stompers. What?
Oh, there you go. That Jeff would be in heaven that night.
I would be. Getting sheets and Wawas.
Wawas?
I only heard of Sheets because I remember watching this true crime show, and somebody went to a Sheets, a gas station or whatever it is.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I've never heard of that before.
Sheets.
I always like when you're traveling, when you're driving around your car, going new places. I always like stopping at gas stations that I've never been to, just to see what it's like. That's my big excitement.
How's this gonna go? Oh, they have a Sheets in West Virginia.
Oh, nice.
PJ. So, Pete, we were just talking about Godzilla at school today. I was just discussing Godzilla with one of my students who is totally into that and Sonic. And they said we were talking Godzilla, and I said, they don't. I was looking at an evolution of Godzilla, and I said they don't have the movie that came out on this video. They didn't have the one that came out in 86, 85, 86. And I said, that was like my first date with my wife was I took her to a Godzilla movie it's the one where I said it earlier where he came back, Ironsides.
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr. I said it earlier to somebody. I said it to Mike earlier. I was like, yeah, Raymond Burr came back, and he chimes up right away and goes, best day ever. You get the girl and you go to a Godzilla movie.
For some reason on Google Keep, is that what this is called? I have written down 3 Godzilla movies that I want to check out. Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Okay. Godzilla versus Gigan Rex.
Okay.
And G versus G.
I
don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
But I was like watching the I watch the Japanese ones, the American ones we've gotten. Last one was better, but I don't know. They do the same formula that they do for all movies. You gotta have a love story.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, why?
You don't even, yeah, because
they're like, oh, we gotta have a love story so women will watch. It's like, why wouldn't?
What?
You just think women, that's all they watch, or love stories?
Right. I know a lot of them. That's where I took Chris's.
Get gas and bourbon.
There you go. There you go.
Shin Godzilla. I like Shin Godzilla, Jeff Probst.
Oh, man. Schwarzenegger, Sally Field, Tom Selleck, Farrah Fawcett, John Ritter, Steve Martin, Lee Majors were contestants on the dating game.
Yeah, see, the dating game was all about having people who could handle themselves in front of a camera, basically.
Right.
All actors.
Right.
And I get why they think that. But God, real people who aren't actors are so much more interesting when you put them on, when you put them in an uncomfortable position of being on TV.
Yep. Yep.
Because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to react and stuff. It's so funny.
Well, let me ask you this and everybody else. How do you think you would do on a game show? Because I mean,
many a nights fantasizing about being on Pressure Luck and Starcade as a kid. If I could have been on those two things,
wow.
My guess is I probably wouldn't do so good. I think I'd probably get too nervous.
I'd blank.
That's what I think I would do too.
You know, I mean, I especially music, you know, it's like, you know, like name that tune. People go, oh, you'd be really good at name that tune. And I'm like, no.
How could this be your least favorite convenience store name? It's a classic. Wait, what is this referring to, JWD? Jerry Mathers.
I think that's dating game is what I was thinking.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he married by that time? Oh, maybe he got divorced.
By then it would have been funny. The Beaver. Sorry, dating game. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah, there was. Who was it? Was there like Richard Rodriguez or? Yeah, there was somebody who.
No, wait. Say it like Les.
Richard Rodriguez. Chai Rodriguez. I love it. And then Johnny came over, turned off the sound, and said, Chichi Rodriguez. And then Les goes right back, and it was like, Chai. It's like he didn't believe him. Lance, I liked Real People better. I watched both those shows, but I liked the hosts of Real People better than the host of That's Incredible.
Now, who were the hosts of Real People?
Sarah Purcell and Skip Stevenson were the two big ones.
Stevenson.
Then you had John Barber.
That's who was on the Love Boat, was Skip Stevenson.
John Barber was there. The little kid from Christmas Story came on late, Peter Billingsley.
Really?
Yeah. That's when Jumped the Shark, because he was terrible on that show. I hated him so much that I refused to go watch A Christmas Story because he was in it. Okay.
Whoa. Wasn't there some mass murderer as a contestant on the dating game?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. Richard Rodriguez. I don't know if that's him, but I do know there was somebody.
Okay, so wow, sorry, I totally missed that. Whoa.
Really?
Natividad. Cindy Brady was in a game show. Oh, yeah.
You sure he would Cindy Brady the game show?
90 to 91, there was a short-lived show called Video Power. Two hosts clearly knew nothing about Nintendo games. Contestants were equally clueless. I wanted to appear on that show.
Oh, what was the British Game Master? Was that the name of the
Game Master? What's up, Beep?
There was a show. Games Master, maybe. I don't know. I do remember seeing that quite a bit. Yeah, Byron Allen was also on Real People. He seemed pretty decent.
I remember. I just remembered
he was
Real
very
People
young though, man. He was like 20 or something. He was really young.
They just had such a big cast. I just remember so many people on that show. Sarah Purcell.
And,
is she still with us doing whatever?
I don't know if any of them are with us. I'm sure John Barber's probably gone. He was getting up there as it was. Yep. So That's Incredible was Fran Tarkenton and that one woman, blonde woman, her name was Crosby. What was her name?
Kathy Crosby?
Kathy Crosby, yes.
Yeah, Sarah Purcell, she's 74.
Yes, I loved Real People too when I was a kid. It was interesting.
Let's see here.
In some ways, it was kind of like an early YouTube. They would show videos of stuff that you didn't have access to. That was kind of neat. American Warriors. I never really watched that show, although it looked pretty interesting.
I didn't exactly. A lot of those shows did, and it's too much. Just can't watch it all.
I think Real People came first, and then I think another network brought in That's Incredible because they're like, "Hey, this thing's really working out. You need your own version."
Sarah Purcell was also on The Better Sex. Television game, so it only lasted a year. In the United States, where men competed against women in a battle of the sexes format. The Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Oh, that's a classic production right there. Mark Goodson, Bill Todman.
That's a Mark Goodman, Bill Todman's production. Yeah. Yeah.
Super Dave Osborne. My dad and I would have watched that and Benny Hill together. Super Dave Osborne. He was on, what was it? I think that started on Showtime, didn't it? With
Yeah. Wasn't it? It was like a side thing.
There was a show. I can't remember that. There was like a little guy. He was a host. And then Super Dave, it was like just a part of the show, like a skit. Anyone gotta get a Real People t-shirt. Can you believe a show like Bloopers had such a that blooper show with who was that? Dick Clark and Ed McMahon.
Yes.
It was huge back then.
Yes. Yeah, I love watching those.
Yes, 68 Camaro. I believe you're talking about Takeshi's Castle, but the one here was MXC, where they. I just love they would edit it and chop it up, and then they'd dub the whole thing. It was pretty hilarious. Yeah, Super Dave was great on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Do you know what Super Dave's? Is that right? Do you know what Super Dave's real name was?
Einstein.
Yeah, Bob Einstein.
Yeah, Bob Einstein, and he is the brother of what was it? Actor, comedian. I can't think of his name, but yeah, his brother is in show business.
Really?
Don Biner, you're right. Bizarre. Oh, that's a good call, Pete. You nailed it.
He died at age 76 4 years ago.
Who, Super Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Parent, spouse, relatives. Albert Brooks is his brother.
Yes, that's it.
Wow.
I think his real name is literally Albert Einstein.
That's crazy.
Bizarre. Yeah, Bizarre is a show, and it was on here it was on Showtime, I think. I mean, we're talking like 70s, maybe early 80s. It started on CTV here in Canada, like all good things.
Do you know he got it? Oh, his first name is not the same as me. Super Dave's real first name is Stuart Robert Einstein. And oh my God, he was born the day before me. Well, like years earlier. His birthday was the day before mine.
Star Search versus American Idol. I didn't really watch Star Search, and I did not like American Idol.
Although I like some of American Idol.
I was kind of forced to watch some of the seasons, early ones.
I just didn't quite understand American Idol, where they had to put the real not so good ones, because you're like, well, I bet there were a lot better people than this that were trying out. This is ridiculous. Why would you even choose this person?
I thought the whole show was just kind of bizarre because, I mean, a lot of people who have made it probably couldn't win American Idol. I mean, the example I always use is Johnny Cash. He would not even have come near, because his singing just wasn't very strong. I mean, I love Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's Neil Young,
but he's not a classic. Like he doesn't have a great singing voice.
No, his voice, like you said, he does sound nervous even.
Yeah, but I love listening to him.
Yep. Facebook kept recommending Edge of Blues Shooting Star to me. Well, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty neat.
Holy crap. We just did that the other day.
It's very cool.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed there's a GoGameGo logo and the picture of Kool-Aid.
Well, see, that's what I was trying to figure out. There it is. Because I was looking for it earlier.
So Bizarre got picked up in the States. It was so popular. Super Dave was on an episode of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians, Cars, and Coffee or something like that.
Right. Johnny Cash is, oh, yes, it is very good.
Yeah,
it's Logan. I think
it's a weird thing. It's like, he didn't have the best voice in the world, but I could listen to Johnny Cash like pizza. I could listen to him every day. I love Johnny Cash.
I wouldn't listen to Johnny Cash all the time either, but that version of that song is great. But growing up, I would listen to him do I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. It just was very heartfelt and that was the thing about him. He was very honest,
he was very genuine.
Yes. Genuine. Good word.
There was something about him that's just very likable.
Yep. You could feel everything he was singing.
He wasn't a phony at all. You could just feel it. Yep,
absolutely.
I used to love Bizarre for many reasons, not the least of which was the boobs. That's right. That's why it was on Showtime here, so they could show that stuff. Boobs. Oh, make me laugh. Yeah, the Unknown Comic was on that.
Yeah.
What was that guy, like Super Baby or something? There was a guy like in a diaper. And that was hosted by Elaine Joyce's husband, and I can't think of his name.
I've got it right here. Original version with Robert Q. Lewis as host, aired for 3 months.
That's not the one I'm thinking.
Bobby Van hosted.
Bobby Van, yes,
a syndicated revival during 79 and 80, and Ken Ober hosted a 1997 revival on Comedy Central, replaced for the second season by Mark Cohen. Mark Cohen, yeah, I know that guy. Each episode featured 4 guests. Originally, the first 3 guests were civilians, while the 4th was a celebrity who played for a home viewer who was chosen by pulling a postcard from a revolving drum.
Bert Convey's wife? I don't know. Was she somebody well known? I have no idea.
Bert Convey.
So back to Glenn Campbell. I was watching a video of
Ann Anderson and Catherine Hills.
All of them. I was watching it was a video of John Denver, and I guess it was a special he was doing, but he was singing a song, and behind him, backing him up, was Johnny Cash and Glenn Campbell. I'm like, holy smokes! You talk about a couple of guys that have backing you up. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, my buddy was showing me at work the other day. He was showing me when Johnny Cash and Elton John appeared together, and Johnny was in this whole Elton John getup, and then Elton John came out dressed like him. He showed me the picture. I was like, what?
Casey Neidal. What's going on?
I have to see about that.
Joyce Boulafont. What? I'm drawing a blank as to who she is. I know her. I know who she is, but
wait, what? Who is that?
Oh, yes. She was on Match Game all the time. She was bottom right on Match Game.
Oh.
Like the funny woman, always put bottom right.
Right. Yeah, like Phyllis Diller or
Fannie Flagg.
Oh, Fannie
Betty White.
Fannie Flagg was on Love Boat. Phyllis Diller was on Love Boat.
Phyllis Diller. She used to be on. She used to be on some of those roasts. The Dean Martin roasts. She'd be on.
Oh, yeah. Man, Glenn Campbell's song is touching too, and with memory loss. Yeah. Yeah, that movie they did of him doing his last tour and everything. That was
Yeah,
that was a
saw
good film. Good film. Here you go. What is this? 6 with Fanny Flag. Yep. I don't.
Is Fanny Flag still around?
I don't think so.
Didn't she write?
Yes.
Did she write Fried Green Tomatoes?
Yes, she did. I have that book.
I remember seeing that, and I was like,
I'm lying.
I was like, that woman from Match Game?
She's 78. She's still here.
Wow, that's not that old. I thought.
And she's pissed off at me right now.
Fanny, if you ever want to be on the show, just let us know.
Just
we'll put you in the bottom right on the screen so you feel right at home. We'll have to get 3 other people though.
That's ridiculous.
That would be great. Add 4 people to the show.
We can do that.
We can get like a Brett Summers and a Riley.
Get us a Paul End.
Put the attractive woman bottom left. The not funny guy top left. That's where they always put Orson Bean and Gary Berghoff top left. Because they just weren't funny. Dean Martin Roast, Foster Brooks for the way. Yeah, just look up Dean Martin Roast on YouTube and just search for Foster Brooks and Don Rickles. Unbelievable.
78.
Wendy's now sells their cans of chili at Kroger. Wow.
What?
Too bad Kroger left here 40 years ago.
All right. Yeah. I can still go to it in my hometown.
I went to show on Glenn Campbell's last tour. Wow.
I'm trying to see if how was it? I keep wanting to do some Glenn Campbell in our gigs. Let's see if I can figure out how to play it and make it something.
Hello, Intellivision Gamer. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. So did you watch any, speaking of Godzilla, back to Godzilla, did you ever watch many of that? You've only seen?
Oh, you know what? I probably haven't seen that many. I did see the original one, Gojira. I guess before they changed it to Godzilla.
Yeah.
That was cool. I saw the Raymond Burr one. I saw that one that was really bad. When was it? In the 90s or in the early 2000s? Where
Yep.
I didn't like that at all.
No.
And I saw the one with I think it was 2 Godzillas ago. The guy from Breaking Bad was in it. And that was okay, but they didn't show enough fighting. It's a monster movie. I want to see monsters fighting most of the movie.
Right.
They saved it to the very end. I mean, there was that cool thing where Godzilla took that guy's jaws and just pulled him apart and blew fire right down his throat. That was pretty awesome.
Eat this.
And then Shin Godzilla, I thought was better.
Yeah, my student I was talking to today really liked that.
They showed a lot more monsters fighting, and I know a lot of those later ones, especially American ones, it's always at night. It's like Godzilla fights in the daytime. I know what you're doing. You're trying to cover up, so it's easier to make, and I get it, but just stick a guy in a rubber suit. I don't care. I was fine with that back in the 60s and 50s. Just do it.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing was today he started the conversation with talking about how the first Godzilla movie he watched was on VHS. I said, well, one of the first Godzilla movies I ever watched was on an 8mm film roll. My friend had a projector, and then he'd buy monster magazines and then order the movies out of there. And we watched them on that 8mm film. My
grandma had a projector with some little cans of film. And I remember as a kid going through them, there was a Deputy Dog video. I wonder where all it is. Let's ask my mom where that is.
Right?
Deputy Dog is an Abbott and Costello movie and Little Rascals movie or short. And I can't remember what else, but it was really cool as a kid doing that because then you could also rewind it and watch it go backwards. I was so fascinated by that. I was like, that's really neat.
I mean, how about all those years in school we spent with them setting up the film projector?
The Little Rascals one, Buckwheat was in a like a clothes washer.
Uh-huh.
He was just kind of bobbing up and down, going around.
Three of Glenn Campbell's kids were in the band, yes, and Harry Nilsson's son was on the bass.
Oh, wow.
Had some beers with them afterwards, just by luck. What? Wow. Gee.
You know what? And right now, Glenn Campbell's sons are saying to someone else, we had a beer with Papa Pete.
I mean, I would do that.
Yes, my mom still has a projector. Yes. I have to show that to my kids because they've never seen a projector.
No. Yeah.
That's awesome, Pete.
Harry Nilsson, that was an interesting situation. I always think of Harry Nilsson because do you know who Harry Nilsson is, Jeff? Yeah. So Mama Cass died, right, in that hotel room.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, in that same room, do you know who died? Does anybody know who died in that room 5 years later?
Was it a woman?
No.
Was it Jimi Hendrix?
No. He died in London. This was here in the States.
All right. So Harry Nilsson, was he the Lime the Coconut guy?
Yes.
Ah, God, I love that song. Yeah,
and he made a bigger hit with Without You. His version of Without You was really the original eponymous version of that song. Written by it was done by Badfinger, and then he did it and made a huge hit out of it. And then of course Mariah Carey did it.
Peacock, I think my grandma had a Heckle and Jekyll film too, if I remember right.
A Batman reel.
May have been black and white though. Wow. I think these all were black and white, to be honest.
Jeez.
I mean, these films are, they're probably from the 50s. They're really old.
Remember the little crank viewer? They had the cassettes, and you'd stick a cassette in it, and
yeah, wasn't it red with like a white crank and a white thing?
Yeah, and then I remember going back to what you said, where you could run the film backwards. I would do that. You could do that. You could crank it backwards, and it would rewind the film. And I did that with the Mickey Mouse film, where they're the ghost detectives. Basically, they're the Ghostbusters. And I remember sitting there going backwards and then forwards a little bit, and then back. I was, oh man,
it was fun.
Yeah. So did anybody guess yet? Yeah, Harry Nilsson. Yeah, everybody's talking. Find out what everybody was talking about. Everybody's talking. So Harry Nilsson owned that hotel at the time. 5 years later, after her death, and Keith Moon wanted to rent the same room, and he was warning him against that. And he's like, I really don't want to do that. But he rented it in the room because he insisted. And then Keith Moon died in it 5 years after she did. From what? From an overdose of heminevrin, which is a anti-alcoholism drug.
The Movie Hut. Is that little box thing you'd sit in and watch movies as a kid?
Yeah, those were cool.
Those were so good. We had a store here called Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one of those, and I watched a lot of Heckle and Jekyll and Deputy Dog in that thing.
Oh, Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog.
Oh man,
I just like that name, Deputy.
Yeah, right.
Now, were Heckle and Jekyll brothers?
I think so.
But one had an American accent and one had a British accent, right?
Mm.
It's
Kind of
like
like Phineas and
Ferb.
Ferb. Shut your mouth.
But we know. I wonder if they did that. Like, well, we know Ferb grew up in England with his dad,
right? So maybe.
So I wonder if maybe Heckle and Jekyll had a similar.
That could have been. Could have been. So they have those little movie booths in downtown Montreal, but you don't want to go into them
because it's sticky, right, Pete?
They're called glory holes.
That's in the Rinks store. Wait, Rinks store? What's Rinks?
That's
I thought at first you meant like a roller rink.
No, I guess it's a store. It's a chain, huh?
Can you imagine having one of those setups in your house in the back of your basement? And it still works. That'd be so much fun, wouldn't it?
Can you get one?
Oh, they still exist.
I'm gonna look it up. I mean,
they're making new ones,
them, right?
Maybe the new ones have Phineas and Ferb in
them. You wish. I don't know. It doesn't say movie hut. I don't know. They've got all kinds of other listings here, but nothing is that. I don't know. Movie Hut online customer service. Yeah, I don't know if this is something. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy stuff.
So the guy that created Heckle and Jekyll said that they are yellow-billed magpies.
I heard the movie huts originated from broke-down porno loop machines from New York. Have I mentioned the Buffalo Girls here on the show before?
Was that were they young and it's like a singing group?
No. So you know the song that they sing in the It's a Wonderful Life, Buffalo Girls, won't you come out?
Yeah.
Okay. That song is about prostitutes. They were the Buffalo Girls, and they were in Buffalo, New York, and they had the project where they were building. So they were prostitutes up there, right by the borderline of Canada. And then when they were building this bridge, then the workers would sing out to them. So that's where it kind of came from. So Buffalo Girls, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? So then when the bridge was going to have its big gala opening, this is my understanding of the story, then these other prostitutes from another place in New York area there were coming up there, and the Buffalo Girls kicked their asses and ran them out.
Wow.
So, don't want to mess with those Buffalo Girls. I'm sorry, Buffalo Gals.
I can't believe George Bailey was singing about prostitutes in
right?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Right?
Yes, Lance, I had so many of these football helmets laying around. They're so cool because you had to put them together. They had little face masks. I think, didn't they even have different? Do they have different face masks, or are they always the same? I'm not sure. But then you get the decals for the logos.
Yeah, we had a bunch of those too. Yeah. I haven't heard. I do like this one. Oh my God, I haven't heard of ring stores in 30 years.
Hey, I'd never heard of it my entire life until tonight. How do you think I feel?
And good evening to you. Grocery store. Yeah, this. Those helmets.
Our local bowling alley had cigarette machines. Yeah. Yeah, you don't see those anymore, really.
There's actually one in the place where we just played. There's a cigarette machine out at
is it stocked with new cigarettes, or is it like a retro where it's been sitting there since 82? We went to this bar out in St. Charles a few years ago. It wasn't that long ago, probably 5 years. And I went to the bathroom, and they had one of those old-time towels to dry your hands, the ones that you would have to pull.
Right.
Yeah. And it was just filthy. I was like, what a stupid idea.
They have one of those at Tuners. They have one of those at Tuners.
There you go, Tuners.
Yeah, see, Doug was there the other day. We just played there on Sunday. Had a great gig.
Sears having candy machines and cigarette machines. They should have had a candy cigarette machine.
Don't confuse the two.
Oh, did any kids who ate the candy cigarettes ever like, now I gotta smoke a real cigarette?
I know.
Like, I had no interest. I just wanted the candy. I mean, one is candy and one is smoke. Why would I get the two mixed up? Or why would one lead to the other?
Why would I start burning sugar?
Yes.
Are you lighting that sugar? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And when we were talking about those cigarettes on one of the other shows, I thought it was great when somebody mentioned, remember they used to dye the end of it red like it was burning.
That's pretty good.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, they did do that. Oh my God, where did the time go, dude?
Oh, this show felt like it was about 15 minutes long, and it just
flew
by. Like talking about Heckle and Jekyll and
it was like a minute
ago
like,
and game shows.
That's nuts. That is crazy.
That?
So I was also watching, I thought of you the other day when I was watching a Love Boat, and they had
I don't know if I want you thinking about me when you're watching a Love Boat.
Well, I booked us some tickets. So
I'm busy that weekend.
I'm busy. But it was one where there was a couple that was going to get married, and the daughter was mob boss daughter, and so he had a couple of guys go on the trip with them, and one of them had a little handheld football game.
Ooh, the Mattel one?
I don't think it was a Mattel. It was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I was like, oh man, look at that. It's
Here's something I never understood. I've worked at places like this too, where if you smoked, they'd let you take more breaks. And I never understood that. It's like,
yes. Yeah. I mean, maybe they were just worried those people were going to go postal or something. So, hey, next time you watch The Love Boat, go into, and you'll notice that maybe I already talked about this. I'm not sure, but remember the anchor would come up in between each one of the cast members. It would show them, and they'd sit there for like too long looking at you. Well, Julie was the last one. Doc was the first of the crew members. So there was the captain, and then they did Doc. And then as he's there, he's like doing the little, and doing the thing. And he's like, and then as the anchor is going up, you see him go like, what am I going to do now? Then it was okay for Gopher, because it came right up in the middle. You didn't even see his face, so you didn't know. Isaac was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he put his hands down and he just smiles, right? So he did fine. Then Julie comes on, and then you see her eyes. She's like sitting there smiling. And then all of a sudden, the anchor goes up, and you can see this eye is off the anchor. And she goes, like, what do you want me to do now?
Didn't she get fired for drug abuse on the show?
Oh, God. Maybe. That might be.
I think she did. I think she couldn't kick the habit, and they finally had enough. And
shit.
I think it was screwing up her work.
And that's when Vicky took over.
Oh, God. Vicky.
Was
that the little girl, Steubing's daughter? Yeah, I didn't like her.
Oh, she was really good, though.
Oh, yeah. Julie had a cocaine problem.
Oh,
is she still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I guess I'm assuming she kicked the habit then. If
What
she's
was
still
her
here.
name? Is it?
What's
Yeah,
her
it
name?
is Jill Whelan. No,
That's the
that's
daughter.
Vicky. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's your age, our age. She's 56.
Best thing I'd say about her is that she was an airplane.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh man. What? Oh, Lauren Twos. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yep. In 84, after 7 seasons on the Love Boat, she was replaced after a highly public battle with cocaine addiction, which she eventually overcame. She did reprise her role as a guest in 85 episode, and then the TV movies in 86 and 87.
Oh, that's cool. She was able to come back.
Cool. That's good. She was very pretty. Very pretty. Great blue eyes. Oh, she had a recurring role as a police detective in The Fugitive. Do you remember what how about cop shows? Were you into cop shows? And then we'll go.
Oh, I had to be because my dad was, and we had like 3 channels. So if he was watching Beretta or Kojak, Mannix or Ironsides, I was watching it too.
Banachek, Cannon, McLeod.
Cannon, yes. I was like that Cannon. They show, especially those cop shows, they show like action stuff. And you see him like trying to huff and puff around a corner, like trying to run, like you're gonna die.
So David Jansen was in The Fugitive. Do you remember what his cop show was? It took me a minute today. I had to look it up.
I'll reckon I could pick it out in a lineup, I think.
No, not the Rockford Files.
What is that? What was that? I can't think of it.
Harry O.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right? I could not think of it today. I was like, what is that freaking show?
Well, I love The Fugitive. I watched that whole series on
I never watched it.
On PBS. They showed it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it was long gone. I think it was over with before I was born or
yeah.
But I watched that whole because Channel 9 here in St. Louis showed it. I love that show. I thought it was so well done.
Wow.
The One-Arm Man.
Right. I need to see how many. I don't know how many seasons was it.
It was quite a few. Not as many as Love Boat.
Wow. Love Boat was 10.
God, 10. How did that?
I know, dude. I'm like making my way through it. I'm like, these aren't like 27-minute episodes.
Hour long.
Yeah.
10 years. How long was Fantasy Island on? Probably a little less. Didn't that come on after Love Boat?
I'd guess 7.
Like, did it show up a year or two later?
Yeah, I would have to guess like 7. Let me see here real quick, and then we'll go. Fantasy
Lance, this is like picking your favorite child here. Love Boat versus Fantasy Island.
Right. Fantasy Island. Number of seasons, 7.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's disgusting that I threw that out there like that.
Oh man.
Ran from 77 to 84. Wow.
I'm guessing cable TV killed us off because that's about the time where I think a lot of people were finally getting cable.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're like, wait a minute, I don't have to watch The Love Boat on Saturday night. I can watch a rerun of Policewoman.
Oh man, son of a monkey. Yeah, Love Boat Road on the of its theme song, kicky theme song. Remember, kicky theme song. It's not just a theme song; it's a kicky theme song.
10 years of Love Boat. Boy, I bet you those middling actors were crying when those shows went off because any actor who was not well known or any actor who was well known but now is like a has been, they always had a gig at one of those shows.
That's right. Charo even performed the Love Boat theme on one of the shows.
Man.
Now, the last thing I will say about the Love Boat is that a lot of these people were older than me, and they're talking about starting a life together. And you're like, what are you talking about? You're not that young.
You should be talking about ending a life together.
Right.
Let's die together.
Some of them talk about having kids. I'm like, what are you talking about? How old are you? Come on.
Oh, I assume Ted McGinley was on these shows, but I don't know.
I'll let you know.
He's the perfect actor for both of those shows.
Absolutely.
All right, we're out of here.
We are gone.
Thanks for watching. This was a fun episode, I think.
That was very good.
I had a good time anyway.
That's what matters.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you next week.
All right. See you guys.